Welcome everyone to another episode of SG Crypto. This is the fourth part, the fourth protocol of the six that we're covering on Flare Finance. So in the past three videos of this week, we covered FlareX, FlareFarm, and flarewrap. Today we're covering FlareLoans. And in the coming 2 days, we'll be covering Flare Mutual and FlareMine. So in this video, we're going to cover what FlareLoans is, how each of the mechanisms within it work, such as like the liquidations tab, the redemptions tab, the system stats, kind of what some of the stuff in there means, and really some risks that are involved with this if you want to take out a loan. So all this is important to be aware of if you're going to be utilizing FlareLoans, whether it's on ExFi right now or in the future on flaremainnet when it does launch. And before we do get started, I just wanted to mention that we do have a Discord right now that was recently started, and it's probably not going to load. It's going to take some time, but the link will be in the description. It's just a place for you to really ask questions. Obviously, you can ask questions in the comments, but if you're looking for a more timely response and just kind of want to be more involved in the community and be updated more timely on Flare when I drop videos on both like Flare blogs and just really Flare updates as a whole, then definitely go check that out. And that link, as I said, will be in the description. So, FlareLoans, it is a decentralized borrowing and stablecoin creation platform for Flare Finance. And this protocol takes design operation inspirations from Liquidity protocol. So link here, and essentially what Liquidity protocol is, it's on Ethereum, and it is a zero interest borrowing platform, so you can take out a loan on there, get some liquidity, obviously collateralized, so you have to put some sort of asset down that is above the value that you want to take, and it's at 0% interest, and all of you are aware of this. With that, this is also the case on ExFi if you've been utilizing that in the recent months. So there are several core components to this platform, FlareLoans, including collateralized debt positions, which are also known as CDPs. That's probably how I'm going to be referring to them. A stability pool, liquidations console, and staking opportunities with Flare Finance governance tokens like SFIN. So FlareLoans uses collateralized denominated in assets like Flare and FXRP to back the creation of its stablecoin termed YUSD. So that's just the collateral. Right now on ExFi, you can use either the token ExFi or Songbird or Wrap Songbird. And the reason for this, as it says down here, is additionally FlareLoans will facilitate the earning of rewards for wrapped Flare and F assets while these assets are used as collateral. And we see that on ExFi right now. You can use your wrapped Songbird to mint some Canary Dollar to then use across the protocol, but then also that wrapped Songbird is still earning you FTSO rewards from the FTSO that you delegated to. So best of both worlds. And so on the collateral ratio, so the collateral requires a minimum collateral ratio of 110%. However, it is recommended for minimum safety precautions that the collateral ratio exceeds 150%. So if you are at that 110% ratio or lower, you can pretty much assume that you are going to get liquidated very, very quickly, and that will incur losses for you. So, and I will get into exactly how that works in a minute. So users can adjust debt and collateral levels on their CDP position as well. It is important to note that if the total system collateral ratio falls below 150%, then CDPs will, with a collateral ratio lower than that, can be liquidated as a fail-safe recovery mode. So in system stats, I was trying to go on it on my laptop, but FlareLoans and really the ExFi platform is not accessible on laptop, really only mobile. If you go into system stats, at the bottom you will see recovery mode. I was always curious of what this is, and so what recovery mode is, it'll either say true or false next to it. So when it says false, everything is good, everything is cherry with the network. And when it says true, it means it is in its fail-safe recovery mode. And so all collateralized debt positions, or CDPs, or loans, in other words, will be liquidated. That's really are in that quote-unquote risky area. So if they are under that 150%, you can pretty much imagine that you're going to get liquidated. It's not guaranteed that you will be, but you can pretty much assume you will be, and it'll keep liquidating from the lowest percentage. So if there's a guy with 111% collateral ratio out there, it'll liquidate from him up. So the lowest to the highest, and it will just keep liquidating until it deems that the network is safe again. This is all coded in there. It happens with bots, so there's really no control over it from your part. So the stability pool is where users can stake YUSD or Canary Dollar in the case of ExFi to protect the system from default. YUSD staked in the stability pool is used to pay off bad debt from liquidated CDPs. As loans are liquidated at below that 110% collateral ratio, it is expected that stability pool stakers will earn Songbird at a 5 to 10% discount every time some of their YUSD is utilized to pay back debt. And so that is, one of the incentives of providing to these stability pools. Right now you can provide YFIN, and this is on ExFi. You can provide YFIN or DFlare as well, and Canary Dollar. And these are, as you can see, these are being used to liquidate positions that fall below that certain threshold that they deem unsafe. And so liquidations will normally be conducted by bots, as I said earlier, as individual CDPs fall under that 110% ratio. Liquidators are compensated with a premium for the gas fees necessary to liquidate a loan. However, liquidators do not need to have any more capital to liquidate other than that required to pay the gas fee. Redemptions are performed by users when the YUSD or Canary Dollar, in the case of ExFi, when the YUSD or Canary Dollar price has fallen below its dollar peg to USD. So in this scenario, YUSD can be swapped for other assets like Flare, as if the USD value was still at $1. Really, just to sum this up, and so I'll finish this quick. So after enough redemptions are performed, then the price of YUSD will fall back to equilibrium with its peg, that dollar, as every redemption takes YUSD supply off the market. So in this redemption tab, you're essentially burning YUSD or Canary Dollar, and that is the incentive of redemption, of the redemption tab. So if you see that the price, if you go into system stats and you see that the price is lower than that dollar, let's say it's at 95 cents, and you can go into that redemption tab and put as much Canary Dollar as you can into that to bring that peg, to bring it back to the peg dollar. And the incentive of that is you earn the difference. So you will earn 5 cents per Canary Dollar you put in there. So let's say you have 2,000 Canary Dollar or YUSD. You can throw that into that redemption tab, and you will earn in return 5 cents. In the case of it going down to 95 cents, you will earn 5 cents per Canary Dollar, which will in turn give you $100 at a risk-free, with a risk-free transaction. This whole process is called arbitrage. You can read more about it if you want to. Actually, I didn't even shout this guy out yet. This is from the DeFi Standard. They have an awesome YouTube channel, awesome blog. I mean, they have so much information on here. You can read about things on the Flare network, XRP Ledger, Polkadot, Patreon. Go into their Patreon and stuff. The DeFi network, I have no affiliation with them, but they put out some amazing content, so definitely check them out. I'll put all their links in the description. And then finally, I just want to jump into the risks of taking out a loan or collateralized debt position. So we can break down the effects of this with an example. So here it is. Let's imagine that I have opened a collateralized debt position on the FlareLoans application on Songbird network. Additionally, we will use the assumption that 1 Canary Dollar, the stable coin of that network, is equal to 2 Songbird, which is the collateral asset that we're using to get this Canary Dollar. So when I open the position, forget that. Upon opening the position, I post 5,000 Songbird as collateral at a value of $2,500 and take out a loan of 2,000 Canary Dollar valued at $2,000. My collateral ratio would be 125% at this, and you can easily do the transaction or the math of this, which is $2,500, which is your Songbird divided by the $2,000 of Canary Dollar. So currently this means that the position is safe from liquidation. However, if the price of my collateral, Songbird in this case, were to fall to a value of $2,200, then the position would be at risk of liquidation because it would be falling to around that 110% area. So the price of Songbird would need to fall from roughly 50 cents to 44 cents for this to happen, for it to get to that $2,200 level, which would be the position's liquidation price. In this scenario, I am liquidated here because of the bots that automatically do that liquidation transaction to ensure safety of the protocol and the network. And so in this case, he would lose all of his Songbird, all of the Songbird collateral that was valued at $2,200. But he would still retain the borrowed Canary dollar, the loan. He would still have that Canary dollar that he minted, which is valued at that $2,000. So this means that he lost around 10%, which would be which the original collateral was $2,200. Wait, I just lost something. Oh, so yeah, he would have lost $200 in this transaction, and so that would have been the risk here. He would have lost $200, but something that's not really mentioned here is, the span of time that this could take place over. It could be a month, it could be a week, it could be a day. And over that month, week, or day, you'd probably be, I imagine you took out this loan to utilize it in the network. And so it's not really taking into account, and he mentions it in this paragraph below, but the values the assets that you could be accruing with that Canary dollar loan you took out. So maybe with that $2,000 in Canary dollars you took out, you earned 20 or $250, and then you got liquidated. Well, then you would be up $50, and so it really wasn't a loss. And so it really depends. There are many factors that kind of go into it, but this is really just a brief example of the risks, and it's very important to be aware of the risks, especially with a experimental platform right now. So that's really it for this episode. As I said, tomorrow and the day after, tomorrow will be Flare Mutual, the day after will be Flare Mine that we're covering. I already covered these three here, FlareX, FlareFarm, and flarewrap, so check those out. Those, you can click on my channel and you'll see them pop right up. And if you want more timely updates of when I drop more videos, of more updates to Flare, Songbird, and also if you just have some questions that require a timely response, hop in the Discord. A lot of people are starting to join, and it's been good just to be able to kind of have a little bit more of an intimate relationship to it and build a community. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. All links, of course, will be in the description. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or found that I did misspeak on anything in this video, this really is my perspective on everything. And, just correct me so we can all learn together. So with that, I hope you guys have an awesome day. Later.